Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you all. It's another beautiful day in the blacksmith shop. Welcome. Hang out with me. Pour yourself a cup of tea and just kind of chillax. It's a good day. We're about to fire up a new week. I love Sundays because it's kind of like your last day to kind of chill out a little bit before everything fires back up again, much like the forges out here. But if you're watching this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever you're watching this, even if it's a recording or something like that, you're more than welcome. Just hang out anyways. Oh, here comes the live chat. Oh, God, there goes the neighborhood. Oh, I was working. I forgot to put my ring on. My goodness. There we go. We're back. I'm still getting used to wearing one. It takes some getting used to. Hello, everyone. Go. Happy Sunday, all. Either it be morning, night, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, this big, beautiful world of ours, welcome. What do you guys want to talk about today? Next, it's been a while since you've been able to be here. Bender, welcome back, bud. Great to see you, too. Great to be seen. Oh, love this community. I just wrapped things up with the good old tea timers with the Patreon. So much fun. What a kooky, creative, crazy Zoom call that always is. So much fun. Sick mug, Harry. I love this mug. I got tea to spill about this mug. Okay, so there I was. It was years ago, probably 15 some odd years ago, right? Yeah, every bit of it. And my sister, also very creative, she's down in LA. And I guess she went to a craft fair or something like that and found me this mug. It's cute. So he's like the little monster. He's got little horns and teeth. And he's got a little butt. He's got a little cool tail. And it's like this rad chick makes them. And I'm like, cool, man. And I have moved so many times. And I've carried this mug around. And I drink at this mug at least once a week. At least once a week this thing gets used. And it's been tried and true. There's not even a chip on it. Knock on wood. Not even a chip on it. Well, about a couple weeks ago, the actual creator reached out to me because it was in one of my videos, apparently. And they're like, hey, cool mug. I couldn't stinking believe it. I should have, if you want to look them up, well, I shouldn't have had a nice full cup of tea when I did this. But yeah, Skeletal Dropkick is the creator. They reached out to me and I was like, it blew my mind because I feel like they've been a part of my life for years now, over a decade now. It was just so wild. It's a small world, right? If the world feels big sometimes, but there's also little reminders occasionally that really make us realize just how tiny this little speck of dust really is. Have you created something for serving? Oh, created something for the ring. No, I just been setting it on my desk. I need to create, where were we? I was originally thinking a cool, little leather, perhaps a little leather strap that I can loop my ring through and have it over my heart while I'm working, but we're still workshopping it. We're still figuring it out. Or a brooch would be cool, Hey, I'm so happy you like my work. It means a lot to me. Thank you. But yeah, a brooch would be good. Just a little rod that can flip down and I can put my ring on it and clasp it back up. I think that'd be pretty slick. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me on this lovely Sunday for a cup of tea, It's good. It's good to settle down and be intentional for a second, I like it. It's starting to warm up. Not looking forward to that. You know what I am looking forward to? Autumn. Here on the Northern Hemisphere, it gets hot in this area. It'll get 110, 115 out here. Whew. Pretty tough to forge in. tattoos. Oh, I only got two of them. It's not gonna be much of a tour, but yeah, like this was my first. A little bit of Elvish, it's part of Gandalf's speech to the Balrog. Ooh, and then you got the map, my like opportunity map. I don't even get me started about that. I have a whole kind of mythos that I'm going to be teaching my apprentices at least, just about it's a lot of philosophy. It's a lot of philosophy over the last over 20 years now. Crazy to think about. Time flies when you're having fun. But the whole philosophy about opportunity, seizing it, working with others, making something profitable, not profitable in the means of like greed, but profitable in the means of making something you love allow you to live your life, right? You don't need another job. You can actually sustain yourself, and do what you love. So I could get into it if you want me to, but I don't want to bore you with philosophy. Also love the Gandalf tattoo. Oi, you want to know what it means? So Wizard Way Chris, who is an incredible, like fluent in Elvish and the script and all that, the filigree, amazing creator. I asked them, it's a group tattoo with my D&D crew, one of them at least. And it's Gandalf's speech to the Balrog, and it's not like "you shall not pass." That, of course, that's a given, right? But it's go back to the shadow, and I'll give you a little bit of background about this. I know you guys accuse me of being this positive guy and all this nonsense. I am, but it takes a lot of work to do so. Naturally, I want to be in the dumps. I got a really dark side. Most of me is dark side, right? But when I'm really trying to put some effort into it, I can evoke a lot of that positivity. It's real. It's authentic, I promise. But I, like everybody else, just like you, got those dark thoughts and self-doubts and, just that inner darkness, that self-critic or being critical of others and things like that. And that's kind of my reminder of just go back to the shadow, just go back where you came from, kind of a thing. You're doing no one any good anyways. It's helpful to be cautious. It's helpful to be critical sometimes. But I'm talking about that like useless kind of negativity. That stuff that just brings you down, brings others down, drags you into the shadow. So that's what that is for me. It's a good little reminder from time to time. I love that idea of doing what you love. Yeah, it's important to do. It's good for your soul, And you can't, you don't love everything. You can't. It's impossible. That's just utterly utopian. But maybe not so much following what you love, getting paid to do what you love. It's doing what you're passionate about. Because I feel like passion is a better descriptor of what we're talking about. Because, like for my work, I love my work. But there's also times where I'm not having a good time. I'm wildly over budget now. I'm working for free for months at a time. I'm going broke. There's definitely complex times where I hate my work. I love it. But there's moments where I hate it. It's complex. But it is what I'm passionate about. Because I feel like passion is able to sustain both of those states. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to get ahead of myself. Cynicism does have its place. Yes, Matt. It's just when it's not productive. When it's doing no one any good and it's just wasting energy. That's when I, think about that tattoo and just like, nah, go back to the shadow. And it's easy to forget. So now I can just look down. And look who it is. It's the star of the show, Copper Dog. Come here, buddy. Let's say hi to the lovely people. Come here, bud. Fix your ear. He's over here walking around all lopsided. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Look at him. There he goes. He's Mr. Copper Dog. He's a real good boy. It's a real good shop dog. He's an old shop dog. What is that? Oh, he's in high alert. He's a state of alertness. Ooh, I really needed to hear you talk though. Oh, well, good, yeah. You know, sometimes we're talking nonsense and silly hypotheticals like what superpower would you have? And then other times we get into the nitty gritty of stuff. I like doing both. You know, both are equally as important. You know, having the ridiculous, balancing out the really impending and inescapable. You know? No matter how down I get, my animals always make me smile. Bradley? Yes. Yes. They're the best. They're the absolute best. They can pull you out of the deepest dumps. I swear. He's sniffing for the foxes. Harry. Harry. I got updates. I'll let you know on Monday. I got updates. I've been hearing them. So, who here knows what a fox actually says? You guys remember that hit song? Well, I don't know if it was a hit, but it was sure viral. You guys remember that? What does the fox say? How many of you have actually heard a fox? Because it's something. It sure is something. Yeah. Scout, you know. Oh, maybe because we live across the Atlantic, across continents from each other. So I don't know if foxes have accents where you're from, but mine sound like, hey! It's like, it's hilarious and it's unsettling. It wakes me up at like 3 in the morning, the little turds. High-pitched laughs mixed with a wheeze. Yeah, totally. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Bender, yes. You remember. I haven't yet. It's hilarious. It's like, ah! It's like that. It's what you wouldn't expect from such a stealthy, like nocturnal beast. But I've been hearing them, so they're still very local. But a fan sent me something that might help with the search, right? I'm terribly excited. I'm terribly excited. But Google it. Google it. Well, actually, stay tuned. I might actually capture it. The yip and yap. Harry, totally. They totally yip yap. Not so much as like a coyote. Coyotes are something else, man. Those things are talkers. But foxes are a trip. And apparently they're closer in relation to cats than they are dogs or canines. It's weird, right? They have like slitted like pupil. You know, their pupils are vertical. Weird little animals. Sure are cute though. Foxes might sound different. Yeah, do foxes have accents? The questions that we ask on Sunday chats. Coyotes sound awesome, yeah. They pop up every now and then. There's a house I used to live at that had tons of them. And every night it was just like pandemonium. It's a trip. They're beautiful, they really are. They really are. Oh, are you guys doing anything creative? Creativity is very important for the human soul. I'm curious. Are you guys working on anything fun, you know? I'm curious. I remember some animals have accents, but not which ones at the moment. It's such an interesting thought, you know, dialects. But it makes sense that they would have, you know? You know, if there's like a linguistic culture of crows or some type of migratory bird, or you know what I mean? Anything that makes a noise would probably have an accent if all of a sudden you introduce them to the same kind of animal, but from like across the globe. They would have an accent. It's interesting thoughts like that keep me up at night. You're painting D&D minis? Oh, that's awesome. What are they in for? What kind of minis are you painting? I'm a welder for the Army. Love your stuff, brother. Owens, no way. That's rad. What are you welding on, like tanks and stuff? Just some shop upgrades, Troy? That's awesome. Gotta keep that shop growing. I think I'm due for an upgrade myself. Maybe some insulation because it's hot. Making your first kilt. Bradley is in a 9-yard kilt. That's awesome. Dwarven minis right now. Very, very cool. Mostly arts and crafts. Awesome. Whales have dialects. Yes, I heard that. Currently building houses in Sims. Yes, I miss the Sims. I wish I had an extra 24 hours on the side just for gaming. Because there's so many games I'd love to get into, like Baldur's Gate and stuff. I know I wouldn't get anything done. That'd be a great superpower. Speaking of superpowers, having being able to create little pocket dimensions of time where you could do whatever you wanted and 8-yard. Awesome, Bradley. Trying to finish a 2-prong fork I started yesterday. That's super cool. A good 2-prong fork. It's nice when you make them really nice and delicate. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones right now, and instantly I think of the scene with Reek and Ramsay Bolton, and he's eating a sausage with a 2-pronged fork. Sorry, I'm probably gonna give you guys PTSD or remind you of some traumatic events from back in the day. Oh man, I gotta share this imagery. You did. You're responsible. Dang it. Ooh, what is your favorite alcohol mixer? Oh, bees. I'm a gin man. I'm a gin guy. So I love I like gin, lime, and tonic. That's an easy one, like a gin and tonic. But tonic can get awfully sweet, so I usually will cut it, like a third, 2/3, or maybe in half with just club soda water. Nice and refreshing and bright. I like anything, man. I'm easy. If it's well made, I love it. Started rewatching Vikings. Yeah. Bourbon over here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do. Oh, I like a good whiskey sour, or just keep it neat. When it's really cold and nice, just on the rocks, or a hot toddy. Oh, don't even get. My wife makes a mean hot toddy. I mean, she's a hot toddy herself. Oh, some Tanqueray. It's so funny because I love a good. Sorry, I didn't mean to get us into booze talk. Definitely a wine guy. I have 400 wineries in my small town. It's a small town. It's just wineries. It's crazy. We make some pretty exceptional wines here. Definitely a wine man, especially when I'm wearing this shirt. You never know when I spill on myself. but love a good wine. Love a good Pilsner. I've been getting into Pilsners, Kolsch, getting into lighter beers after, the IPA epidemic. You know what I mean? But I really like a Empress gin. Bombay Sapphire is always a good go-to. Very reasonable. It's your everydayer. Like a Boilermaker, for sure. I've never had a cocktail yet. So curious. I mean, definitely get a good one. Spoil yourself first. Don't go. Actually, there could be an argument here. There could be an argument for both ways. And let me explain. Because there could be a way where you start off with good stuff. All right. And you never have to go through the pains of oof, that's awful. Or that's way too sweet. Or do you have to start at the base level and work your way up, and then now you appreciate the finer things? Because that's how I did it. Oh my gosh, growing up with just the nastiest, the things we would make. Oh my God, terrible. Just around a campfire. Oh God, just makes me cringe just thinking about it. But now when I make myself a nice specialty cocktail, I appreciate it that much more, there's room for growth. Oh, you like a beef eater? It's all right. Yeah. I'm not a picky guy. I think practicing gratitude, if someone makes you a drink or maybe just a house gin is beef eater, whatever, like just kind of roll with the punches. I feel like it's a good skill to have. It's kind of its own superpower on its own. Just gratitude. It's a big one. You know what? We were talking about getting in the dumps and stuff like that. We were talking about how to stay positive, all that stuff. And you can't be positive all the time. That's silly. We're people. There's ups and downs. We're on a roller coaster, baby. It's not just train track, straight line. Because how boring would that be? My gosh. But practicing gratitude is pretty sweet. If ever you find yourself in the dumps, it's a good thing to think like, oh man, and we all do it. Like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. Taxes are coming up, whatever the case might be. It's like, but I'm strong. I'm capable of doing this work, or I can walk, or I can afford groceries this month or something like that. There's something going on for you that others might not have. So just if anybody can learn a skill, gratitude is a good one. You know what I mean? Gratitude's important. Ooh, I used to smoke a pipe a lot. And I think my favorite thing to smoke was a smoked mead in almost like a big brandy snifter, because then you could roll your smoke into it, cover it up, and you could smoke the mead. Because meads can get into that sweeter levels, and the balance between the smoke and that, oh, luscious. Just velvety goodness. Sorry, now you're gonna get me thirsty. Ooh, you're gonna get me heathenistic if we keep this conversation up. But I love where these conversations, these little Sunday chats take us. It's a lot of fun, Do you still smoke? No, I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm around less people that used to do it. It was more of a social thing for me. Only meat I've had was on a trip to Ireland. It was yummy. Bradley, heck yeah. It's easy to make. I used to make the heck out of it. Get a couple carboys and get them bubbling. It's very easy. It's the most ancient way to make booze. It's traced back to ancient Egypt. It's crazy. But yeah, very easy, very fun. Also, great for Christmas gifts. All right, so this is what I used to do. And I used to love it so much, is I would get just clear wine bottles from any type of brewery supply, pretty cheap. And what I would do is I'd get a carboy, or I would even get those big jugs of wine. I used to drink cheap wine, and I would save the bottles. And I would make mead in them, and it's three pounds of honey per gallon of water. And a little bit of yeast, but what I would do is I'd do cinnamon sticks, oranges, and cloves. It was this lovely holiday blend, and I'd make it for Christmas. I would start it earlier in the year, get it all fermented, do my racking, bottle it with, with this lovely, almost like Maker's Mark, the dipped red wax, drip it down the sides, and it was a vibe, And I'd make it for people's Christmas gifts, and it was so special. The second they opened it up, we'd pop that thing open, and it was a very short-lived, gift. But just if you're searching for those gift ideas, it's a good one, and it's crafty, and there's nothing like a handmade gift. It's thoughtful. It's good and thoughtful, even if it kind of tastes bad or it doesn't come out as planned, it would still have the intention, You should. YouTube has tons of introductions to make it. I think you can get all the stuff from Amazon, it'd be a piece of cake. I don't think you have enough time to do it for this year, but it's food for thought. You can give it a shot, practice now, and then for next year you can make it as as gifts. Since I live in Wisconsin, I'm 16, so if my parents get me out, don't make it. You're only 16. Don't do it. I don't want to be giving you any. I shouldn't even be talking about this. Oh my God, giving you bad info. But I mean, that's what I was doing when I was 16 anyway. So, Bush. Don't tell anyone I said that. Anyways, let's change the subject before I get in trouble. Oh, if we wanted to make you something, how would we send it to you? Paul, I won't allow it. I like to give gifts. I am terrible at receiving them. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I can't allow it. What's your favorite thing to build? I think it's something thoughtful. I think it's something for someone specifically. Like I build, one of the things I love about my work, one of the many things, an opportunity to be creative, a way to express myself, a way to exert myself. I have usually a pretty good amount of energy that needs to be exhausted. But I think my favorite thing to make is something deeply thoughtful, something very specific for someone that I know well, like my wife. Make her jewelry. I love to make her. So we celebrate each other every month on the 13th. We celebrate every month, and if it's a Friday the 13th, we go real big. But every month I make her a little card. I doodle her on black paper with a silver pen. You make her a little card. I think my favorite thing to make is something thoughtful, because I get to imagine them experiencing it, especially when I know them as well as I do her or another one of my loved ones. It's my favorite. Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing to build. Especially jewelry, because I get to it's fine, it's delicate, it's small, as opposed to these giant elephantesimal things that I usually build. Oh, what kind of metal would keep an edge? Because I'm making an Assassin's Creed. Ooh, hidden dagger. There's so many steels out there, my goodness. There's, steels that stay sharp, that are inflexible. Some are sharp and flexible. Some are sharp that are easy to sharpen. Some are hold an edge forever, but then are hard to sharpen. That's a hard one. But if you're doing something like an Assassin's Creed dagger that you might have like a lot of puncture, like a lot of impact, one of my best go-tos is like spring steel. I love spring steel. You don't have to worry about tempering it super hard, because you can very easily over-temper this stuff, but it's pretty tough. I like tough steel. I really like tough steel. I don't like, like scalpel steel where like you don't bend it because it'll pop, crack. 5160, Troy, hot, spot on, buddy. Absolutely. I just like steel that's super readily accessible. You can go to any junkyard and find yourself some coil spring, get it hot, straighten it out, so on and so forth. I really like readily accessible steels. Yeah. Think about something that can flex. Old leaf springs is good too. Yep. Leaf springs are really nice, especially nice thin ones. You have a lot less material to remove or work and, move that way. Ooh, spring foil blades, Rosetta. That sounds awesome. I love it my favorite thing is when people take the innumerable trades of metal and flip it on its head. Do something weird and creative with it. I love that. When someone does something new with metal, it's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite, because that's what I'm always trying to embody, trying to aspire up to, is suspend what people perceive what metal can do. You know, it's fun to change people's perception on what's possible. That is the biggest mud dauber I've ever seen. Oh my God. What's it carrying? It's carrying something. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see. It's carrying something. It's probably got mud. Wait. I might have got it. I don't know if I got it or not. But it went behind that panel. I fucking about threw my shoulder out doing that. God. But I went behind the panel and I punched it. And I might have got it. Should I look? Do you want evidence? Let me see if I can't get any evidence. Because you gotta see how big this thing was. Oh! Yeah, I got it. I got him. Let me see here. Oh, let me get my, there we go, there we go. Okay. Oh, look at him. This thing's prehistoric. Look at him. Woo. Big old nasty thing. You know, I'm all about bees. I love the honeybees. I'm cool with them. But this big old goddamn thing, oh, he ain't dead. Oh my God. We got a situation on our hands. All right, we're good. We're good. Got him. You know, I'm down with bugs, but not in my workspace. I can't be trying to forge and I'm like, dodge, duck, dive, away from mud daubers and stuff that's gonna sting the britches off of me. Can't have that. Wasn't it big? I know, man. Like some things I can't let go. We got them though. Cheers to that. Oh man. Well, we got one success in the books today. Let's see if we can't get a couple more. Let's take this energy into our day. Whatever rest of the day that you guys have left, wherever you are in the world, Oh, well, I think I'm just gonna let you guys get back to your day. I love these chats. I love being able to connect with my beautiful community. It's so cool. If you guys want to keep the conversations going, I got a Discord. And if you want to actually talk face to face with me, I got a Patreon. We have tea every Sunday morning, over Zoom, where I can actually meet you and get all excited about the cool stuff you're making. But yeah, I hope you have just a good rest of your day. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's a darn good day. It's a good day to either rest or be productive or maybe just a little bit of both. Those are my favorite days. I can feel good about resting by, getting a little bit done. Well, anyways, everybody, I hope you have a terrific day. Never forget I love you guys. And don't forget to love each other, all right? Have a terrific day. Get out of here and do some good. All right. Bye-bye.